is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Not even the dogs that piss against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, Jazz in the Gardens, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, Click, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Pendertile, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
But still I fear no foe, no. 'Cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the other cheek. 'Cause the wicked in a Babylon stew ya if you're weak. Whoa, plead my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. And order my steps, oh Jah, the way is dark and I'm alone. But still I fear no foe, no.
And good afternoon, good day, happy Thursday. This is a Talking Heads Thursday on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. This your boy Pearly in the house. How everybody doing? So good to be here with you today. Oh man, it's so good to be here with you today. And I need y'all to be talking heads, so here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head, brought to you by BTC.
I want you to call me at 323-6232. That's 323-6232 or 325-4316, 325-4316 or 325-4259. That's 325-4259. Of course, you can call me toll free 242-300-5720. And if you're a little shy but being on the radio, just text me. It's powered by BTC 422-4796, 422-4796. Let me hear from you. We got some stuff to talk about, all kind of things going on. I need to hear how you feel about some things. Boy, when we have a cold front, man, it's too warm for me, right? February, we should have a little cool, you know. Tomorrow is, you should be cool so you can warm up a little bit, you know. But let's check out the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And let's see what's going on the front page of the Nassau Guardian. DPM defends government's tourism efforts. Cooper, more rooms needed to grow stopover numbers. More excuses. PM, mum on marital rape criticism. Question time postponed. Opposition awaits answers. The Bahamas improves ranking on Corruption Perception Index. And teacher accused of indecently assaulting a student. Oh, Lord. Man, we trusting these teachers with our kids. Space and the business action. SpaceX Bahamas finalized partnership for booster landing. Landing is the first of 20 planned for this year with a landmark landing fee framework put in place. Royal Caribbean starts RFP process for Bahamian entrepreneurs. DPM Rosewood Exuma project going through approval process. Griffin Trade Commission exploring export diversification promotion to combat trade imbalance. The government preparing to sign deals for management of 4 island airports. And Cooper says cost of airline tickets not a direct impediment at this point. Really. And just as we say, I got my first caller. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, Recent, brother. How you doing?
I'm right here, my brother. What's going on?
Man, I saw something. It either was on the front page of the Guardian, either today or yesterday. That reference. I think the Senator Michael Barnett is her name. In terms of her stating or putting to the government that they're flip-flopping or pussyfooting or just being lighthearted on the whole marital rape approach. And I think she did a very great job at taking such a stand. And I think there's a need for not just our government, but more leaders within our society to stand up and speak out on this issue about marital rape.
What are your views on it?
It's something that I support, and I think
but you support. Wait. When you say you support, be clear now. Let's be clear. That marital rape is a crime.
I support legislation being brought to the front or enacted to protect women in marriage. I mean, I've seen evidence from research. I've seen evidence firsthand. And a simple note that I make mention of from a particular case that I'm aware of. I take, for instance, our teachers who go to school with the responsibility of teaching our children on a daily basis.
Yes.
We would be surprised to know the number of our teachers that are traumatized as a result of relationships, whereas they're going to work and being at school is their sanctuary. And so whether there's a need for us to better our policies as it relates to marital rape, I think there is. I think there's a greater need for us to hear more male voices amongst our leaders, supporting our women on this when it comes to marital rape. And this whole notion where people are terrified about whether you're going to be policing the marriage itself, I think it's a bunch of baloney. Honestly, I think that's just people using fear-mongering, trying to scare people away from something that they know is a challenge out there. There are too many wives. In particular, I'm not saying men or males don't encounter abuse, but our women in particular who are in marriages that they know that we know without a shadow of a doubt, the two of them sleeping in two different rooms, they most likely got legal separation in some cases. And yes, you hear people saying, okay, there are laws to protect us from a human rights standpoint in terms of physical harm. No one is allowed to physically harm you. But I'm aware of numerous cases where women, as a result of being in a marriage, cannot affirmatively go and press charges against their husband as it relates to the grounds of that marriage.
Why not?
Again...
wait, let me ask you a question first. Are you married?
I am, sir.
Okay, so if you come home now and your wife tell you no, you take it as no or what?
I think there's a grounds for recourse there. When I say grounds for recourse, if I'm of the view that my wife is using or telling me no or using the marital rape law to her... I'm
not even going to the law. I'm just saying straight up, my boy, don't mess with me. I ain't interested.
No, I respect. No, if my wife says no, no is no. That's my wife. See, this whole idea that your wife is your property.
But I got papers for that. I have papers.
No. See, and I think that is the notion that's wrong in our society. I don't think when God gave us our responsibility in terms of headship in marriage, I don't think it's to lord over or own our women.
So what? When we get married, what's that piece of paper I signed? What that telling me?
Yes, by law, that's our papers for our receipts for each other and so forth. But realistically and properly, you and I both know that we don't own these women, because the minute any woman could get up and say, I don't want to be in this marriage anymore, and that's the end of that. So that's the end of your ownership right there. So it's not about owning.
I agree with you, and I was just messing with you a little bit. I agree with you. I think no is no, and I personally, I don't believe in that at all, and I think that the government's slunking on this. I think I am disappointed in a lot of ministers of the gospel that I hear talking, but I am
disappointed to see that.
That hurts me to see that.
Women between the cabinet and the Senate today that aren't speaking up, especially when we have so much violence against women and girls happening in our country at this time, sir.
Yes.
Like there's an all-out epidemic. Now, there's another thing I wanted to mention to you, Pearlie, that I just heard you speak to as it relates to the headline. Pearlie, I had some serious respect for our DPM in the person of Chester Cooper. But when I start to see him become the norm in terms of politician or leader, is we have lost respect for him.
What you mean, man? You trying to say? You trying to tell me Grand Bahama ain't booming?
No, okay. Not only is Grand Bahama not booming, and everybody, including him in the room, knew that what he was talking was a bunch of baloney.
You think so?
This whole idea where he mentioned about, okay, you saw recently there was an incident where a gentleman could not be airlifted out of Auckland.
Yeah.
The DPM's response as the Minister of Aviation is that, we're going to do everything in our power to rectify these islands in terms of airport infrastructure. Pearlie, whatever happened to the 17 airports that were part of that PPP deal that the Deputy Prime Minister and the sitting CM administration was taunting as the crowning gem of redevelopment in our family islands? So
you mean these dreams they've been selling and telling you in 2 weeks you can see something, or 3 weeks you can see something?
Account for these things, though, man, Pearlie, man. You can't just be pissing on us, calling it rain, and then when we say this don't taste like fresh water or Zephyrs, then it's a problem. No, that, like, at what point do we as the people get to hold them responsible for the things that they've said to us?
I guess election
I'm
day.
hearing they're coming with this dance about they promised 300 homes when they came in because the previous government built no homes. I'm hearing they've probably built about 30 homes so far, and they're going to make it seem like they built 300.
Then you got to show me the 300. Where? See, when they built Elizabeth Estate, you can see that was built. When they built Flamingo Gardens, you could see. Pride Estate, you could see that. You could see that. They show us where you build them, and then that and that. Don't tell me something and don't think I ain't going to go check.
But see, this is where, because again, just a couple of weeks ago, we just happened to remember during the food security conversation that we had a Golden Yolk program.
I know, I never forgot that because I so mad. I like omelets, and I'm mad. I can't afford to have an omelet more than once a month.
Because they ain't had no egg. I mean, they ain't had no feed. They got, that's like someone gave you a dog and you had to give the dog away because you don't know you need a dog food. So I hear they sell the checks.
Well, I know there's such a, I know in America, in the United States of America, across the waters, they have a serious bird flu problem, and they had to destroy like 23 million.
The whole bird flu. This the corruption flu. What was?
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
I like you. This the corruption flu. What was called?
I got you. Okay, I got you. Well, they got it. I want to know where the. Thank you, Carl, so much, Carl. I want to know where the birds are, because I'm a person. I love omelets. I like to, my ham, my cheese, my onions, sweet pepper. My little spinach. I like to make omelets. And now I can't afford that. I cannot afford it. I don't know how many y'all can afford it, but I can't afford it. None of the price of eggs. Nah, call you on there. How you doing? Caller, are you there? You ain't got to be a little patient with me, Okay, all right, no problem. Caller, you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you doing, my brother? What's happening? What's AC Allen?
Just for one of the things that I like, right, when people speak to the martial rape thing, that we don't conflate and convolute the statements, to move all over the place. Martial rape is one thing. It's an absolute. It deals about the law, not feeling, and the whole concept of ownership, and if this happened, and all of these different things that has no scenario directly with it.
Okay.
This is a very simple thing. We have a law that's with the 18th or 19th century that needs martial laws that need updated. And in the same way, your last caller mentioned the thing like, you're legally separated and these things like that. I didn't know there was a legally separation law in the effect that needs to be.
Okay.
So you can be married and you can be in a marriage. One is, and just how both sides describe it, is a loving, caring type environment.
Yes.
I had a newspaper in front of me in the Tribune where the advocates made an argument concerning even a woman that may feel unsafe before she's even supposed to be raped or anything of that sort, had nowhere to go, so she has to stay in the house. But what we have done is we have eloquently described a problem, even though we have yet to provide any substantial evidence. It's all I know, I feel, I believe, and, there's no data, anything to support it from the last 25, 30 years. But let's take an effect that it does happen. I don't care once is once too much. But long before you get to the point in marriage, when the marriage is broken down, you're still married, you could be aware. And let's use the excuse that the advocates use that, he could come home and give her the disease and she don't want to have sex and everything with him. So the simplest point to resolution is to pass a law to allow for a legal separation in the instant, whether it be a day, 2 days, or whatever that you need to have this attained. Because what the legal separation does, once it's served upon the spouse, it lets him know the protection of the law of marriage no longer exists.
So let me stop you right there. So you telling me, if I don't have that legal separation, and I can just go and take it, and there's no argument for marital rape?
See, now you're conflating it again. So I'm saying to you, you don't just randomly go home.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
You don't just randomly go home and say, this is a good day for me to rape my wife.
Well, and I'm not meaning me now, not Pearly. But
I'm saying
proverbial person. I can just say, I'm not saying I'm raping. I just taking what is mine.
No, I'm saying to you, this because again, how do we prove this? It's like we are searching for a solution, and then we will try to define the problem.
Okay.
So but if there is a potential for problem, we know, in a relationship, when the marriage is broken down.
Yeah.
Or begin to break down.
Yeah.
So you can go to a JP or to a court system, file a piece of paper, and get a legal separation. The police serves the person the day or the next day. So in the same capacity, you have now basically eventually made them roommates. In the same way I have a female roommate, I can be charged with any type, whether it be assault, sexual assault, the variations of things that's there, because I don't have that right.
Okay. I can rush you on because I got like 4 people waiting to call. Everybody wants to talk about this today.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm not. But it's not that. Hello.
Go ahead, I'm here.
But no, just let me talk quick.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. But I just passed a law that allow legal separation, and we could move on to more important things in this country.
Amen.
But so now here's the the Deputy Prime Minister mentioned this thing about the lack of rooms, right? The statistics is there that actually shows the occupancy. And at no given time that we went literally about 66% on average from 210 to 224. That's my average. This is not my data. This is the Ministry of Tourism, the Caribbean Tourism Organization, the Central Bank, and the International Tourism Organization.
That was the question I had to ask. Have we been operating at 100% straight through? That's why we can't bring no more people in, which is a bunch of crap.
No, right. So, and you have these different things where people, Anton and other people use this argument with profitability. I'm talking about dead numbers. So if we have 16,000 rooms in New Providence, that means at any given time, 5,000 rooms is empty on average over the whole year. So guess what? Why don't we just put some people with some tablets in their hand or some things and make them OTAs, online travel agents or whatever, and let them book those rooms? On the average rooms right now in the Bahamas are $323. That means a 15% going rate, they would make about $45 to $50 on each of those rooms. So that means that we have over $100 million of untapped potential sitting empty during the year. That's enough to hire 5,000 people full-time at $400 a week. See, I'm simply saying this. We are in the 21st century, and we can use a whole lot of things. In fact, we passed a law on how we can use tourism data and AI that the Deputy Prime Minister bragged about. The problem is we are good at talking and very little action. But another day I can call you on how we can actually begin to build.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling. Before you hold on, caller, come to me right now. Text. Good day, Pearly. How could the government give the Fox family a piece of land that belongs to Damien Gomez? Didn't they knew who the land belonged to? Well, Damien's making noise, and I wish him luck. He's a great lawyer, so it'll be an interesting fight. Please tell me the video I saw going around about the teacher restraining the student is not what he's been charged for. It clearly shows the teacher is restraining a violent child. This is nothing. No, I don't think that's the same video. I think it's something different. Great show as usual in the Bahamas. We say that my gal, we own that, and people be dead serious about that or say that's my things. I think you said, okay, I hear you. Pearly, notice how your last caller noted that we have violations being done against our women and girls. May I remind that the caller that a male student, he did say males are being, in his defense, he did say males are being abused as well. Last month, a male child was molested on camera by a woman from Abaco. Lastly, a male student of grade 4, savagely beaten by an officer, and we still ignore violence against. No, we don't. We don't ignore. We don't. Why are there supposedly broke-back grown men ignoring violence against our boys and men? Why, Pearly? I understand. I understand what you're saying, Text. I understand what you're saying. That is not all of the top stories in the country today. Sorry, the other newspaper have the story where the public prosecutor, Ms. Francis, had a lot to say. I saw that story, and she said she was bound by the law. I understand that they had worked out a deal of 2 years, and then the judge said, no, but the 5. I don't know how true that is, but I understand. Callie on the air. Are you there?
Paulie, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Timberg? What's happening?
Nothing, man. That's legit.
Man, hey, I saw your picture, man. You sharp, bro. You sharp. I don't know why. I thought this was one big fat dude, you know.
No, man. Look, hey, I'm former military, man. You know I like to stay in shape, man.
Yeah, you in shape, bro. What's up?
Hey, check this out. marriage right now, me personally, this is my opinion now. I don't know why some man to get married, because at the end of the day, man, most men gonna get the bad end of the stick, especially when you got kids. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
When you married, I was married before, and I didn't fight it. I ended up giving up the house and everything.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? But she didn't fight for all the money and them. She get the house. Man, but most men got to start all over. And me personally, I feel like if I want sex from my wife and she say no, I'm not going to rape her or force her. But, you know, like I said, there's more out there there's more women. A lot of men say, okay, you don't want to give it to me? I'm going to go out there and find me a young tenderoni, and then, you know what I'm saying? You might give
and that's how you end up at the bad stick on the divorce case when you get catch with that young tenderoni.
But you know, a lot of people being conceived through sweetheart and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because I would say a woman body, that's her body. That's
yes, that's her temple.
No,
yes,
no.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna rape nobody. But you know, a man got needs too now.
Yeah, we got our needs, but you know, I think if the marriage is working right and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, that should never create a problem. When you see a woman don't want you no more, it's something you're doing wrong in that marriage. It's got to be something you're doing wrong.
But sometimes it don't always be the man.
It could be both. It will be both. I mean, it's not just the man. You know, plenty. And you know, some women are guilty of things like some men are. Not all men are guilty. Not all women are innocent.
Like especially like to today's woman, man, they want too much. You know, so they want a complete man. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the house, the car. They want 6 feet, 6 figures, and you know.
We have a name for those. They call gold diggers.
Oh yeah, man. Let me just say, I got friends with benefits, and I love it. I love Vegas.
Petersburg, I got some. I can let you can cause me get in trouble. I got some other callers, Petersburg.
Okay,
take care, my brother. Be safe on that bridge. He's trying to. Mr. Producer, you see Mr. Petersburg trying to get me in problems. Call you on there. How you doing?
Yeah, blessed. I see St. Pete trying to drag you into that.
You see that is? Let me get away from this right now.
I got some news for he's saying young girls, you know, at my age, I'll stay away from them or having an over-the-counter encounter with young girls. Stay away from them. You know
okay.
What I mean?
You deal with more age appropriate.
Yeah, some of them are good. That's what I really would prefer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They ain't really all about the young.
Yeah.
But Pearlie, I was trying to the caller before Cialan, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, I would more or less agree with him, you know, because really and truly, this is not the animal kingdom.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so, I mean, and you and him painted that picture, so what you mean you could take it? You know, I don't enjoy taking nothing from no one.
No, I don't either.
No one life, no one takes, no one nothing. So it don't feel good. Any of you is a real mature man, you know.
Real talk.
Basically, if you could get it on like that, then that means you're a barbarian.
Yeah.
Or you belong to the animal kingdom, whereby a female is not a human, and you sought to dehumanize her and then impose or induce your BS. I mean, it's ridiculous.
No, it got to be a
really
mutual response.
Conversations for me because reciprocity takes place biologically, so it should take place emotionally. I like to speak sensibly. These thoughts come to my mind naturally. I don't have time to really be what people think. It is what it is for me.
I understand.
Yeah. So I mean, common sense. I would lean on the side of that.
Amen.
So your females are human.
Yes.
You don't own nothing, my brother.
Yes.
So you know that's a barbarian type, you know.
No, I agree with you 100%.
Back in the dark ages.
It got to be mutual response from each other.
Yeah.
It had to be mutual response.
But the thing is, Pearlie, I was taken aback by the call and I thought it was hearing something about something called the Golden Joke program, right?
Golden.
They call it the Golden Yoke, right?
Yeah.
But I was taken aback because the caller said that they brought in the chickens, but they didn't have no feed. So I said, what type of visualist BS is this, man? I mean, am I hearing right, Pearlie? That's what he said?
That's what he said. I don't know how true that is, but he said that he heard that they had no feed.
It can't benefit him to call the station and lie, man. What you mean?
I don't think the brother lied. I don't think the brother was lying. I think, I mean,
we should let them go in the wild and they might find some grub or some worm or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
chicken.
But listen to me, but the price of eggs, right, Pearlie? I didn't cuss until last week until it was like almost $14 or somewhere.
Okay.
So I cussed, but you know, you're nothing I could do. Give thanks.
Give thanks.
Yeah, respect.
Amen, my brother. That's true now. The eggs really ridiculous. Probably those numbers Chester Cooper talking about is something to wonder about. I'm talking about the tourist numbers. Probably does the numbers include people who stay on the ship? I want to know. I think it says whoever enters the country, so whether they come off the boat or not, or come off the ship or not, They're counted in that numbers. And so that, okay. Let's take this call and then we go to the break, okay? Call you on there. How you doing?
Hey, good afternoon, Bertie, man. Hope all is well, man.
All is well, my brother.
Yeah, man. Good. That's good. Well, I mean, I didn't really, but I mean, since they talk, but Bertie, I mean, this whole marital rape issue, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, if both administrations just want to juggle it, right? And none of them want to finalize the thing, right? Then, I mean, like, why did they introduce it in the first place?
To appease the masses.
Why did they find a need to introduce a bill that none of them want to touch?
Because
I know you.
I'm listening to you. I know the last two administrations. Maybe the next one coming forward may make it happen.
Yeah, because I mean, there was no outcry from society for this thing. You see,
there has been an outcry. There has been an outcry by a lot of women advocates. We've just been ignoring it.
I mean, other than what I call operatives, right, who represent certain organizations, right, whose job it is to push those things.
That's their role. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than whose job it is to do that. Right, other than them, you know what I mean, like the artists, and obviously too, and apart from that too, when it was brought to society itself didn't really take to it. Even the women in society wasn't even really feeling that.
That's what's sad about it.
Yeah. I mean, but you see, you might call it sad, right? But I mean, that's irrelevant. My point is that what was the reason for bringing it forward then if it wasn't a demand? Do you understand? And see, and the reason why I said it is because, see, here we have it now, where an issue like this comes up, right? And then we have this debate. We just talk about this thing, and some people get all passionate about it for nothing. You know what I mean? And we should be smart enough now, the mature ones in our society, to know what it is about distraction and how the governments use things for distraction. Okay. Right? I mean, for me, listen, if you're in a marriage and the love is gone, then you go to simple solution. And plus, I've heard individuals before, even my former law, like I think a magistrate, talk about how there are laws on the books already to deal with these type things. You understand? So we'll be talking about this for, like I said before, but if the love is gone, the simple solution, I mean, I have even simple solution. Like I have someone talking about simple solution. Uh-huh. I have a simple solution. If you don't love each other no more, then leave each other. Stop the marriage. Go find someone who you care about and who you know what I mean, who you want to reciprocate that kind of love and feelings for. You
I agree with you 100%.
I didn't hear you, Billy.
I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you on this part.
What we need to do is we need to stop talking about these stupid, unnecessary issues that come up, and because whenever we talk about things that are not really like pressing issues, we do disservice and an injustice to the things that need resolution now.
I hear you loud.
You understand where I come from, Billy?
All right.
You understand? So we as a people need to stop taking the bait, man. And that gentleman who called earlier, who was such an advocate for this whole thing. But you make me feel as if you're getting paid too. You understand where I come from? Because like I said before, this issue was a non-issue. Why did the government find it necessary to introduce it if neither of them want to touch it? Because it's an international protocol, I bet.
Well, let's see what happens. All right, I got to run.
But there are other things I want to talk about, but I ain't going to take you long. But Pearly, one of these days, what you need to talk about deeply, Pearly, is that prison issue when Bell was talking about it becoming an industry. What we need to do as a people is we need to stop that, man. We should not sit back and allow crime or the prison system to be seen as something for profit, because all that is going to do is that it's going to promote an atmosphere and an environment where the prison needs prisoners.
I got you.
You know what I mean? And on top of that, we shouldn't have the prison to be a private institution. You know what I mean? So
it's working in some countries.
And stop that.
It's working in some countries. But we'll talk about it. You know what? I'm going to do some research on it, and I can make that an issue maybe next Thursday. We'll talk about.
Thanks for the Brady.
But I appreciate the idea. Thank you, caller. Interesting. Very interesting. This is Pearly on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. It's a Talking Heads Thursday. We'll be right back. Hey, Mr. Riddy, NHI, how you doing, brother? Thanks for listening. We'll be right back after these messages.
Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what they daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie, I trust and obey. Hey, Rasta words of his substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari by the guidance.
Craving some extra finger-licking good flavor? Well, love is in the air at KFC, and it's downright irresistible. KFC's Mega Love Bucket is filled with 8 pieces of the crispy Kentucky Fried Chicken that you love, and paired with 4 buttery biscuits, 8 saucy nuggets, large creamy mashed potatoes with gravy, and 4 sweet strawberry dessert biscuits. Pass by KFC today and crunch in love with a Mega Love Bucket. KFC is finger-licking good.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're a builder. You want to give your client the best material at the best prices, and you need to put food on the table. Well, check out these prices at Pinder Enterprises. 5/8 pressure-treated roofing ply starting at $36.68, includes VAT. By the way, all these prices include VAT. Great Select Water Shield, $134.20 a roll. Felt, 15 pounds, $16.50, 30 pounds, $19.80. Owens Corning Duration Shingles and Certainty Landmark Shingles, $56.56 a bundle. Gallon Roof Cement, $33.47. When it comes to screwing and nailing, Pinder got you covered. He got every nail and screw you could possibly need.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Not even the dogs that piss against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor. Oh, please, my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. Order my steps, oh Jah. The way is dark and I'm alone, but still I fear no foe, no. 'Cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the eye.
And welcome back to a Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. NRG's Nutrition. Check out our world-famous smoothies, signature Kino dishes, best salads, and breakfast fit for a king and his queen. Open for breakfast, lunch, and now for dinner. Each order made with love, the highest quality ingredients, and as nutritionally balanced. Visit any of their 2 locations, Old Fort Bay, open till 7:30 p.m., and West Bay Street above the Henria Plaza on the 2nd floor, open until 4 p.m. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at NRG Bahamas. Check them out. Who are the promoters of the concert on Clifford Park Saturday, the 29th of March? Wise Cartel is finished. He's done. He's washed up. Nothing but a convicted criminal murderer. Oh, boy. That person ain't too happy with that. The Bahamas has signed on to UN convention that requires rape to be criminalized. They don't care about it for any other reason. The bill is important because women are being raped, period. Men are being raped, too. This marital rape bill is a CEDAW bill, not a Bahamian or Bahamian bill. Consider that the legal separation C. Allen speaks about can also protect the spouse, male or female, from being charged during divorce with infidelity because they sought to have their sexual needs met. That legal separation protects from abuse and manipulation. It also protects the individual until divorce is finalized. Says, good day, Pearly. SpaceX is a setup. Why bring this here? What happened to the USA? Something ain't right. And why wasn't the Bahamian people involved? Why hadn't they had a say? Only Chester Cooper and his goons dealing with that? It's garbage, man. I wonder how much money they're getting for that. I know it ain't free. I guess Chester getting a Tesla car. Well, we can wait and see. We can wait and see, because you can't hide one of them. They look good. Sex in a marriage should never be used as a weapon. You are teaching on biblical principles. God says man's body is not his own, nor the woman. The only time they should build sex is true and mutual understanding for prayer and fasting. Sex should never be used as a reward. Never used as a reward for who doing right or wrong in a marriage. That should be a part of love. Sex is a marriage, should never be used as a weapon. You are teaching. No, I just read that, didn't I? Okay. Why you send me the same text 3 times? Caller, you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, we say Bernie.
Radio, my brother. What's up?
I can be the advocate.
Okay.
I don't like the word devil, so I put that in the front.
Fair enough.
Okay. This is my reason why I feel no politician want to touch that.
Okay.
And first of all, I want to say, there's a lot of high-ups, women and men go through the same thing, get raped. Men ain't gonna talk about it. Women, because they want to keep their lifestyle, they ain't gonna talk about it. But let me tell you my reason why I think they don't want to touch that. First, you got a lot of women and men married for the wrong reason.
Okay.
Okay? Some marry for citizenship.
Which is
Some
illegal.
marry for money.
Which is wrong.
Which is wrong, I know. But I'm just saying, it's fact.
Yeah.
Now, here it is now. Some women who marry for the money, ready to get out of this relationship now, roll over, give the husband some. Turn around, go to the police station the next morning. He raped me last night. Right?
Okay.
Then they carry to the doctor. They find all this semen inside of her. You can't get rid of that. So that's the quickest way now for her to get a divorce. Get what she wants and go.
I don't know if it's that simple to do. I don't know if it's that simple.
I'm trying to be the advocate.
All right, I hear you, but I don't know if it's that simple.
I'm just trying to show you how easy it is for a man to get trapped with that nonsense. This is the reason why none of these men don't want to touch that. Because there's a lot of things that goes on in this country you'll be surprised to know. You see what I'm saying?
Nothing much surprises me anymore.
For the wrong reason.
Yeah, a lot of men are married.
That sex now become like a man putting a gun to your head. You see what I'm saying?
I understand, yeah.
You see? Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, my brother. I ain't quite sure how I want to respond to that one. You know what? I'm going to read the text. Pearlie, I would support the marital rape law if that means women who don't give themselves up in a marriage will also be charged with emotional abuse and abandonment. You know, I can say something. I can say something. Pearlie, they shouldn't use the word marital rape. They should call it physical abuse. Fair enough. This new caller? Call you on there. I can say after this caller. Caller, what you saying?
Willie.
Hey.
What's up?
Ready, brother?
No. All it is to solve that problem, then don't marry.
Point.
Is that right,
Point. But the good Lord said, you know, that the man and woman should leave his mother and father and cling to his wife, and the two shall become one. And that marriage is the sacrament of togetherness, bringing you together as one. That's the legal way you do it.
Yeah, but the way things going these days, it look like you might as well don't get married, because any day they could jump up and all over. Well, you raped me.
I know if it's that simple. I mean, you know, you got to be some you know, record of abuse and all that stuff to get to that.
Yeah, but what I really call is saying, I just trying to. I had to call yesterday with the Jitney situation.
Oh, the shootout?
Guy with a gun, right?
Yeah, they shoot him again on himself.
I repeat, and I don't know if I ever say it to you. The bus system in this country ain't gonna be no better until the government take it over.
I heard you say that yesterday, and you're an advocate of the government running plenty things, and they can't get some things. They can't get most of the things they're doing right now.
Well, that's true, but then again, it's better they control it, because what happened? The guys will get a straight salary. They'll have the routes what they go on, and that'll be it. Right now, it's like a rat race. I got 3 buses, you got 2
Yeah,
buses.
I just think that whoever's the Ministry of Transport, or they just ain't got the thing organized properly.
It ain't organized, and they still in it. All right.
I see some bus stop through Hannah Road, and I don't even see no bus coming through Hannah Road. I mean, I don't be there, but I don't see no bus coming through Hannah Road. Why you get bus stopped through there if you ain't gonna run the bus there?
Okay, I never see a busman on some Milo Highway neither. I see they got bench and thing everywhere.
Yeah,
no buses coming out late.
So the point is, it's not properly organized.
It's not properly
so it
organized.
becomes a rat race if you ain't doing it right.
The fella still got to bring in a lot of money to give to the bus owner.
Then you gotta what they call it, regularize that and set it up properly.
They have to get that straight. Now here's my next point too. But this Crown land, I think that's what it is, eh? Hello?
Government land? You mean Crown land? Yeah, they call it Crown land.
The land what they give to the gentleman, what did they say, who invested $300 million or something like that.
Well, whoever has an agreement to invest, it ain't invested all yet. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but now here's my point. That's the bill. That's only talk. Ain't nothing to happen to that point. That's a lot of money. And
But
now
when you say nothing can happen, you don't think the hotel can get built, or
ain't gonna be no $300 million hotel.
Okay.
Stop my bill. But it ain't gonna be all what they say.
So we getting
That's what I'm
flam?
trying to get at.
They flamming us again?
Man, what? They done flam us before. Remember the other fellow who protested, he did own it, but he didn't do nothing.
Oh yeah. There was an
see my
argument
point?
with another group headed by
Yeah,
former
they
minister.
they take our land
Yeah,
and
that's
say,
about- yeah.
I own this crown land and it stay right there growing bush.
Yeah.
Now again, I repeat myself, that fella may have some money who say he could do something, but I know it ain't gonna be no $300 million.
That's a lot of money.
You got it.
That's
you
a
got
land.
it.
That's a
You
Landis
know-
kind
you
of.
know
That's
we
a
go around
Landis
it.
and
That's only
Bahama
a
kind
talk.
of
I just throw it
investment.
out.
Yeah.
You know.
You
But
might be
anyhow,
right
bro.
though. Y'all gamblers so on this country, you might just be waiting that.
Aye, boy. Hey,
Don't say
a
that.
couple years ago, it wasn't that much. Come on, you remember one time, and the industry was coming out. There was one or two talk shows advertising. Oh, these fellas good for $1 billion and things. When the man tell them pay the tax, then there's all kind of noise in the man. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember that.
But that's how we go around, you know. We, and then more people vote for the lottery than the gaming, and
Yeah.
they still ain't bring the lottery.
No, because.
But anyhow, bro.
All right, brother.
I talk to you another day.
All right. This is quite interesting. Call you on there. How you doing?
Hey, Pearly Mando, yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, brother. What you saying?
I just wanted to chime in on this marital rape conversation that's going on. I'll lend my voice to it. I want to create a scenario for you that I know of in a lot of instances in our country, where persons are legally married, and as a part of the proceedings, they have to dwell in the same marital home until a decision is made on whether the home is to be sold or split up or so forth.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Okay. I want to paint another scenario for you now, where in that same kind of similar circumstance, where, let's say, for instance, that particular male has an alcohol issue or drinks or so, and comes home in the evening or in the night, of the notion that, you know, he still has the liberty or right of access to his wife, and forces himself on her, knowing full well that they're not still legally married or they're not in good standing mutually. That in itself is rape in a lot of instances. And there are countless women in our society that suffer in silence as a result of persons who are sworn to based on
Yeah, you're breaking up there now. We got to go a little faster, so I got about 3 more callers waiting.
I say there are people who are sworn to secrecy and confidentiality that interact with these people on a daily basis, providing them service for trauma that they experience in the marriage.
Yes.
And so I want us to just think about some of the scenarios that our women are enduring on the face of, hey, we're still married or she's still in a marriage. Women in our country are indeed traumatized, and because of the silence and failure, or these women putting up a billboard that shows the trauma and abuse that they go through on a daily basis, people are saying, where's the evidence of it? How come we ain't hearing nothing about it? We are hearing about it, but these are incidents that are deemed confidential and private that you don't get to hear people air the details of just like that.
Fair
and
enough.
so all of that is I'm just trying to help create
I understand your
scenario
point.
and paint a picture in some of our minds for the reason why such a bill is necessary for the further protection or the enhancement of protection when it comes to our women and wives.
Thank you
I just wanted to lend my voice.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Mandel. Pearly, that call is absolutely right about why women are advocating for marital rape. Women want to be able to manipulate men. Dexter, you wrong. I can tell you that now. You wrong. I ain't that simple. You just can't say, look at this. We had intercourse, so he raped me. No judge will accept that argument. I agree with you, Tex. No, you can't. I don't think women trying to manipulate. I think women are trying to protect other women. And like Mandel said in his call just now, there's a lot of people who know what's going on, but I don't want to be hearing all the details all over the wind, because that's just nosiness. You want to hear everything. Oh, we ain't hearing enough noise about it in the market. We ain't hearing what's going on because you want to know who all get raped, but that ain't your business. The point is, it's happening in this country. And what I'm sad about it is some of the politicians and some of these ministers of the gospel are hiding behind their position and not standing up for the women of our country. And that's the problem I got. Call you on the air.
Pearly.
Hey.
I get my thing in my head to tell you they Papa here, right?
Hey, Papa.
I know Pearly I'll call you.
She ain't call yet. I think you got a thing for Pearly L, you know. I can let her know.
No. I like what she's strong. I like what she's doing on the radio.
Yeah, she does. She's good
and
people.
She may be from a different political position than me.
That don't mean nothing. I was from one.
I like, do you hear you and her?
Okay.
Yeah, you know that. You and her. Hi, Pearly. You say hi, baby. Hey, so I hear you just now. I say, I wonder, Pearly, so why when the FNM is in power they didn't change it? And this a PLP and the FNM thing, they ain't get no plan. But Pearly, please don't say nothing, please, because I ain't called for that. Not gonna knock it over my head. The FNM needed a PLP to do this marital rape thing. So this ain't just a PLP thing. You understand? None of them must care about women. That's how you got to say it. You know, I call to say, I hear the person talking about the $300 million hotel. I think they talking about, I don't know if they talking about the Fox Foundation.
Yeah, that's what they talking about, yeah, on Balmoral Island, yeah.
Yeah, listen, different from Damon Gomez saying that he own it, right? Or he has some legal fees where they got to pay him before they could do any selling, right? The government, right? It sounds like I hear, I don't know if you could see in the papers or you see anywhere with Chester, or just being on the news with Chester what? What do you mean?
The Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper.
Yes, the Deputy Prime Minister. He had a lot to say, and I know he ain't no lawyer, but I know he's the Deputy Prime Minister, and maybe he could talk like the Prime Minister. Maybe they don't talk about it. He said, man, and I paraphrase what he said. You all check the news, see if you heard from yesterday. He said, man, everything will be okay with that, man. We can settle, man. We can settle that. I said, who he mean by settle? He mean we? He talking about us, the government. Are we going to pay that bill to Damon Gomez, or the Fox Foundation going to pay that bill? This is the last part right here. Toby. You know Toby.
Toby Smith, yeah.
Yeah, what's the difference of this MOU with the Prime Minister signed with his friend, his former client, or his still client, Adrian Fox, right? What's the difference with the MOU what they signed with Toby Smith and come on in Parliament and talking about how they want to help Toby Smith and everything? What, Toby Smith, you know, no, my man didn't get as much money as Adrian Fox said. Hang up and listen, keep up the good work.
That's a good question to ask, and be interested to find out what they turn over that. But only one thing, Poppy, you run a little fast. When you talk about the PLP, not the FNM, I don't like to say that like that. I rather say the Minnis administration, the Christie administration, the Ingram administration, the Penland administration, the Davis administration, and maybe the Pintard administration. I want you to look at it like that. Because while they are the PLP and FNM, they do have different ways that they lead. Davis is doing things different than Christie would have. Minnis did things different than Ingram would have. And so we can't just put it in one lump and say it's the PLP, FNM, because I would suspect that they will have different ideas. That's all. Call you on there. How you doing?
Pearly, what's up? It's me again, man. Hey, you know, tomorrow's the big re-wallet time day, so what you getting for your significant other?
I can't say that on there, then they can know.
But guess what? Valentine, man, that don't benefit man.
Yeah, man, that mean, no, that benefit, but if you got a good woman, it can benefit both.
Yeah, but man, let me tell you something. Even if you got a good woman, most women, I'm not down on women. I respect women, because I got a mother, sister, auntie.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to Valentine Day, most men come out there barking more than women.
Well, that's more a societal thing. But then you've got, listen, I know in the past I had some really good Valentines, and it was about a nice little gift or a nice gesture, and you know. But we too much want to see pile of jewelry and pile of stuff when it's all about expressing love. And I personally I believe Valentine's Day is every day in my life.
That's true. That's what I was just about to say. But you know, when we was coming up, the women they built different. They different compared to what you know saying.
But there's some good women out there. There's some really good women out there. Some of them only got to hear you like something, they can get it for you.
There always can be good women out there. But since the internet opened up this social media, these women are going crazy, man. They're not going crazy. You could buy a woman a car the day before Valentine's Day, but if you don't give her flowers on Valentine's Day, you don't love me. You don't love me.
You do have something like that, but I got to let you go because I got one more call and the producer and I got to come up there. Call it. You got the last say, caller. What's up?
Hello.
Hey.
I do, Pearly.
You got 30 seconds. You called so late, Sparky. It's time for me to go, but say quickly what you want to say.
Why we keep talking the same thing over and over and never get nowhere?
Well, that's what the people want to talk about, so we can keep talking about it until we get somewhere.
Well, then they can make the move and stop talking.
Well, let's wait and see who can make the move. If this one don't do it, the next one can do it.
So you say I got 30 seconds to say what I got to say.
Yeah, quick. Go ahead.
And then you're going to about the 5 o'clock, eh?
Yes.
And then them other people who's calling talk till tomorrow, they don't. How come they never have 30 seconds?
Because they don't call this. They don't call me at 5. They don't call me at 4:57.
Have a good day.
Thank you. They don't call me at 4:57. Father in heaven, hear my prayer. Hear my prayer, oh Lord. Give me that patience. This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. It's a Talking Heads Thursday. We're going to take a break. You got Cuban Willie coming up. When we come back, we can talk a little bit of sports, okay? I got a couple of texts I will read right after the 5 o'clock hour. Thank you so much. We'll see you right after the news.
I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do. Cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what the daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words are pure substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do. Cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the earth be no God. So mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the ash bin. Can't fool the Rastaman with your false doctrine.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
The KFC chicken experts have done it again with the new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich, featuring a large 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet topped with cheddar cheese, smoky bacon, lettuce, tomato, and tangy red onion, all drizzled with ranch sauce and served on a toasted brioche bun. Choose original recipe or spicy, but don't wait. This mouth-watering masterpiece is only here for a limited time and only at your favorite KFC. The new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Wepa, soy Joe Cuban Willie, and it's Thursday, and it's time for the footballs, the cuatro pelotas. And your football today, 7141 7141. 7141, that's your football for today. Play it and win with the Island Game. Stay winning, my friend.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Yeah. I'll never go in wrong congregation. Why?
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, Jazz in the Gardens, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, Click, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Pindotal, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do. Cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the earth be no God. So mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the ash bin. Can't fool the Rastaman with your false doctrine.
And welcome back to our Talking Heads Thursday on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. So good to be here with you. Just before we get to it, let me take you these last couple of texts I didn't do. So, Pearly, it doesn't matter where the bill originated. It doesn't matter if it's just an international community agenda. Let the bill be introduced be for us. Agreed? Pearly, the problem I have, with marital rape is the women want that to pass. Some of them know why. Well, okay. Ah, boy. And lastly, great show as usual, Pearly. Don't forget to go to John Bull to get your woman a gift. I hear you, my brother. I hear you loud and clear. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into today in sports history. Boy, tomorrow is Valentine's. I hope you're ready. Today is Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Today in sports history in 1920, the National Negro Baseball League was organized. In 1923, the Renaissance, the first black pro basketball team, was organized. In 1937, the NFL Boston Redskins moved to Washington. In 1953, the Philadelphia Athletics changed the name of Shibe Park to Connie Mack Stadium. The change was in honor of their longtime owner and manager. In 1965, 16-year-old Peggy Fleming won the ladies' senior figure skating title at Lake Placid, New York. In 1973, Frank Mohokovich of the Montreal Canadiens scored his 1,000th career point in the NHL. In 1977, Julius Dr. J. Irvin played his first NBA All-Star game. He was voted MVP with 30 points and 12 rebounds. In 1982, Brian Trottier of the New York Islanders scored 5 goals against the Philadelphia Flyers. In 1983, Marvin Gaye sang the U.S. national anthem at the NBA All-Star game, and he put a jazz touch to that really, really upset some people. In 1983, the World Boxing Council became the first to cut matches from 15 to 12 rounds. In 1990, Brian Trottier of the New York Islanders scored his 500th career goal in the NHL. In 2002, Bill Simpson filed a defamation suit against NASCAR for blaming a seatbelt made by Simpson Performance Products for the death of Dale Earnhardt a year before. Simpson said that all he wanted was an apology. But when NASCAR refused, he filed the suit. In 2008, Roger Clemens denied having taken performance-enhancing drugs in testimony before Congress. And the sports quote of the day, power is not revealed by striking hard or often, but by striking true. Honoré Balzac. Honoré Balzac. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Let's get right into the home court, brought to you by Burger King. Oh boy, this could hurt my heart to read this, but anyway. Saints win BAISS Senior Girls title. All of the other divisions will go to decisive third game today. Nassau Cup concludes with round-robin victory. And Bahamian lifters compete in the USAPL, and that's the United States of America Powerlifting Georgia State Championships. Super. Yeah, so I get shut right out in basketball. I wonder what's going on with the sports department there. I need to know what's going on. You know, who's the sports director? You got to talk to me. I need to know what's going on. When I don't see soccer in it, I have a problem. Yeah, and y'all know how I feel about Senegal. I have a problem. So top me ain't getting right there. Something ain't getting right there, and I need to know what it is. I'm asking the question. Will somebody answer that for me? Who's in and who's out? Well, Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to say Roger Staubach. Aaron Rodgers, the Jets, the New York stinking lousy Jets, have announced that they will move on from Aaron Rodgers. He will become a free agent to sign wherever he wants to go, but he won't be in the New York Jets uniform next year, which I thought was a bad idea from the day they signed him. I really think he should retire, to be honest with you. I see Bergman, the third baseman from Houston, went to the Boston Red Sox, which really makes the American League East a nice little thing to be round about now. That's going to be fun. That's going to be real fun to see. So they two big things that happened. Of course, you know, my boy Kershaw resigned with the Dodgers for they didn't say how much it was. No, I think it was $6.5 million or something like that. I can't remember how much he signed for. I can't remember, but he's back for a year. He's back for one more year. So I guess we'll put him down. You know, we'll retire him after this year in style. Okay. I understand that Travis Kelce is not wanting to talk about retirement right now, so he hasn't made up his mind from that. So, you know, I also understand that the Pittsburgh Steelers approached the Jacksonville Jaguars about a trade for Trevor Lawrence. Some people calling it ridiculous. All right. Ohtani qualifies for two-way player status. That's some big news there. So he'll be pitching this year for the Dodgers. I'm excited about that. Players spring training should start next. Spring games should start next week, and we start to see what's going on and any new faces coming out. But in the meantime, we have a caller. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, good afternoon, my good friend. How you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. I just thought I would call and give a shout out to one Javon Saunders.
I know that young man.
Yeah, well, you know, he is the instructor for those two young ladies who did well at the U.S. Nationals.
Okay.
Well, at the tournament that will lead to the U.S. Nationals, you know, JKS Fitness.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just want to give him a shout out.
Great job. He's quite the athlete. He was a volleyball player, a javelin thrower, I think, if I remember correctly, at St. Augustine's, correct?
Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, the only sport he didn't play for the great SOC big red machine from Augustine's College.
You sound like a soccer. You sound like a soccer. He didn't play soccer, okay.
Yeah, he didn't play soccer.
Okay.
You know, but I just want the country to know that in 1 year, he made national teams for Carifta track and field, Carifta swimming, and our national junior volleyball team as well, all within the same year.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's what you call a great all-around athlete.
Yeah, and when he was in college, he was an All-American.
Okay.
So he did well.
He did really well, and now he's coaching.
And now he's coaching, yeah, man, and those young ladies, they really do work hard.
I know Javon very well. I know him personally. Ride my car a couple of times, so I know him. He's great young man, really good young man, and I'm really proud of him. Great job, and I know he's doing some good things with some young athletes.
Yeah, man, he's doing well.
Okay, great kid. All right, thanks for calling. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, take care.
All right, my brother. Yeah, Javon is done. He's done. He's really a good athlete. He's really well-rounded young man, and I'm proud of the work he's been doing with young people. Didn't give up on his country, came back home. He could have, I think he plays some professional ball, but came back home and helping out and working with young people. And that's what it's all about, giving back, just giving back in whatever sport it is. And we like to see that and like to encourage that, That's wonderful. Pearlie, I don't think you're giving the power lifters they do. The Griffin guy lift for a record weight, never lifted before. They did really well. He won first place. And I have to apologize. I'm not a huge fan of powerlifting and bodybuilding. That's maybe because I shape bad. But I want to congratulate them. And I promise that I will pay more attention to what they're doing, and particularly after that call, and check what our young people are doing in powerlifting and bodybuilding. It's fantastic. I do watch the Olympics every once in a while. I do watch the Olympics, but I've not been a follower. And for a sportsman like me, a person who loves sports like me, I should have been following that. So I do apologize, Dexter. But you have my pledge that I will do my endeavor best to give it as much attention as possible. And I implore upon you, if you hear of anything, text me and let me know what's going on. All right, and I will also follow up on it and make sure we talk about it a lot. Okay, I know we do. We kind of concentrate on a lot of traditional sports. You want to call it traditional sports? Basketball, baseball, softball, track and field, stuff like that. And maybe we need to look at some of the more less traditional sports. And when I say less traditional, I mean that not a lot of people participate in. And we actually do really well in those sports, particularly bodybuilding. We do extremely well. I mean, Joel Stubbs, great, one of the best backs, they say, in the world. So we do need to give that, and I will, I will. But in the meantime, in between time, let's talk about what Pearlie know about right now. What are your feelings on Aaron Rodgers leaving the Jets? I don't know if we have a lot of Jets fans in this country. I guess they start with, but you know what? I'll tell you one thing. We ain't have as many Kansas City fans as we had after Sunday. Bahamas began, all of a sudden you can find a lot of Philadelphia Eagle fans in this country. But I have a record of who are true Eagle fans. I have a record, so don't try slipping there and talk about you always was an Eagle fan. Because you got to tell me who used to play for them in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and then we could talk about if you're a real Eagle fan. But I know some, Bishop Minnis and some others, and the name Sean, some name that Naughty don't want called. But they're Eagle fans, and I congratulate them. But you're going to see a lot of Bahamians, particularly if they do well again next year, you can jump up and talk about the Eagle fans. Because we don't stick to no one team. Pearlie does. I've been on my teams for 50 plus years. But some others will just, pull for whoever they want to pull for. Call you on there. How you doing?
Good night, Pearlie.
What's up, brother?
I'm a big Jets fan. I live in this country. I appreciate Rodgers for what he did. Now it's time to move on.
You say you're a Jets fan?
Big Jets fan, sir.
Okay. I know there's some of you here. I do know that.
I'm not disappointed in Aaron Rodgers. I think that what he had to do, and now it's time to move on.
So who the Jets looking at picking up as a quarterback? Are they going through the draft?
Not too sure, but we need the coach back. Can't remember the coach. He's a broadcaster now. We need him back. Rex Ryan. We need Rex Ryan back.
You need Rex Ryan back? But didn't the Jets hire a coach?
I mean, but that he's a defensive. We need Rex Ryan back.
Okay. But Rex Ryan's a defensive-minded coach as well.
I agree, but then look where Buffalo is.
Okay. All right.
So we need Rex Ryan back, and then certainly the bottom place, and Rex Ryan will.
I think the Jets, I personally, and I'm not a fan, I'm a Dolphin fan. I can't stand the Jets. I used to listen to a guy on WQAM called Hank Goldberg, God rest his soul, who used to always say, every time he said the Jets, he always said stinking lousy in front of that. So I got a habit of saying that. But I personally think that the Jets need to blow up the team and start over. I wouldn't try to bring a veteran quarterback in there. Maybe a veteran quarterback, you do draft a quarterback, and maybe a veteran quarterback for a year to work for the drafted quarterback to work under. Just make some moves and rebuild that team from scratch, and just try to build a proper team under one leadership. But trying to bring
that's why I think Rex Ryan has the ability to do it. Rex Ryan did it for 3 years, and then so forth. Because I feel like that was a good gamble, but we gambled wrong. But thanks, I think what he said, and now it's time to move on.
You took Rodgers too. You too done old, and we say wash up, but the Americans say he washed.
So he was looking pretty good before he got that injury.
Yeah.
At some point, I took a good try, but things happen.
Yeah, things happen, and this year was not a good year for the Jets at all.
I don't know.
You got a solid defense. You need one or two pieces there. But your offense just is.
I started with his old friend. I mean, they started doing some marvelous things later down in the season. And I really don't know why they couldn't make that from earlier.
Yeah.
And then you just suffer the consequences. I mean, that's a coin you flip.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, I think as some other teams had the opportunity to get Aaron Rodgers, they would have jumped on it. But the bottom line is it just didn't work out for the Jets, and maybe he'll go to the Raiders or to Pittsburgh and do something there.
As a reserve, it can't be a quarterback.
If Aaron Rodgers goes somewhere, he's going to be the starter. He's not going. He's not going to go there to be no backup quarterback.
You just advised that he should retire, so he should come. I
think he should retire. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the person he is, and the way he has been over the years. I don't see him as a backup. I don't see that. That's like Dan Marino trying to be a Joe Montana was trying to be a backup. No, they just retire and ride into the sunset.
I respect that one.
Yeah. All right, brother. Thanks for calling. Appreciate that. And that's good to hear a Jets fan call in. I'm happy to hear Jets fan. I didn't think many of them still existed in our good country. But it's good to hear and his views on it. That's always a good thing to hear. We got another caller? Nope. Dying would be my A. But personally, Aaron Rodgers, he had a great career in Green Bay. He did some good things, but he's a strange character. And when he got in New York, I just didn't see him fitting in New York with the New York media, with all that going on. And the injury just threw him back. And then this year just wasn't the Jets. And so they've taken a step back by making that move because they had some good young pieces there. To try and bring a veteran quarterback in there, I don't know if it'll work. I think you need to break up the team. Maybe make some moves, get some draft picks for some of them good players you got there, and get a bunch of picks. And just get a young team like the Detroit Lions did and build that team to get over the next couple of years. Maybe you'll challenge my Dolphins. Excuse me. Call you on the air.
Hey, Freddie.
Yes, sir.
Boy, he ain't in no class without Don Marino.
No, don't get it wrong. I ain't putting him in the class with Marino, I'm just saying the Marino was the tight quarterback. Joe Montana was the tight quarterback. And the tight quarterback played in the league so long as starters. You don't make them backups. You retire them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, at his age, he was 39 or something like that.
Well, I think he's 40, I believe.
He only could be a backup, man.
Yeah, but that's why he needs to retire because egotistically, mentally, I don't think he can handle that. I mean, he could be a great teacher for a young quarterback, I'm sure, because he has experienced everything there is to experience in football. He has a high football IQ. He can teach, but I don't know if he's willing to do that. But maybe I could be wrong.
Boy, you have a point. You may be right because they think they was on top of the world, and then look what I come.
Listen, the Jets thought they was thinking Super Bowl. We got Aaron Rodgers. We got Super Bowl. My foot. I mean, I was sad to see. I don't never want to see a player hurt.
No.
Never want to see that, but it was sad to see that he got hurt. But I didn't see even if he was healthy, them going anywhere.
Yeah. Now to the Lakers.
Okay.
What you saying? They looking good, eh?
No.
No,
they got Utah dropping beating on them last night.
Yeah, Utah, that's one half. And
but
they beat us.
Utah showed something that I'm concerned about is the Lakers have no big man. They brought that guy Lin in. Granted, that was his first game. He just got in and got off the plane, put on some clothes, and got on the court. Yeah. But I'm sorry that Cam Williams trade was rescinded. I'm sorry he failed the physical and had to rescind the trade. And that's where a lot of teams are going to exploit the Lakers. Is down inside.
So the Lakers in third now, under the division.
No, I think we fought that loss last time. Might have dropped the Lakers to fifth. I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah, they got the Lakers, and then my man get hurt. They just made that trade for what he named Anthony Davis, and he done out.
Well, things happen.
Boy, I tell you, that's when he gone. I said, Lord, I hope he stay healthy. Don't get because he looks like he's being injury prone. But
he makes alludes to that all the time. But the Lakers are in fifth place. They're a game behind the Rockets. They tied. They have 20 losses. The Rockets got 20 losses. The Nuggets get 19 losses, but the Rockets get 2 more wins. They play 2 more games than the Lakers.
But I think the Lakers could step up. Trust me with that. Once that guy could stay healthy.
Mind you, Luka is great. I see they're starting to build a little chemistry there. I like that Dalton Knecht is back. He said it felt a little weird that they trade him and not bring him back. He got on the court last night. He was able to pop a 3-pointer. I think the Lakers can be all right. Can they win an NBA title? Boy, you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen if they make it. I'm going to
win the division. They gonna be. You forget Boston game.
No, but anything can happen. One thing I learned is once you make it to the finals, anything can happen.
Yeah, well, that's true. But Dallas, I hope my man can come back. Because if he don't come back,
he'll be back. He'll probably be back closer to the playoffs. This is February. He'll probably be back end of March, early April, which is right into the heat of it, and he'll be fresh and all that. Max Christie looked real good last night for the Mavericks against Golden State. He had a couple of clutch buckets, so the Dallas can be all right. They ain't going nowhere, but they can be all right.
All right,
brother. Thanks for calling. But back to the Lakers. I'm concerned about their big man. He's a solid player, but he needs help. He can't do it alone. I don't know if this kid Lindby picked up is going to be. He's big. Oh, he's huge. He's a huge body. If he can clog up the middle a little bit, he'll be all right. But that was his first game, so I'm going to give him Bly and see what happens in the next game after the All-Star break. I think we got Dallas coming up right after that, and see what happens. And we'll take it from there. We'll judge it from there. But I haven't come to any conclusions on my Lakers just yet. I like the trade. I'm beginning to like it more, the fact that AD's hurt. And I like Luka. Call you on the air.
Hey, Boy Lee.
What's up?
Yeah, listen, I want to ask you something last night. LeBron play?
Who? LeBron?
He didn't play, right?
Yeah, he played last night. Everybody played last night. Yeah, he played last night.
You sure he played?
I'm positive I watched the game.
Oh, okay. So what happened? That game.
I can tell you right now what happened. He did, LeBron had 18 points, 16 rebounds. He didn't shoot that well. He shot 6 for 13 from the field. Hachimura had 19 points. Luka had 16. Reeves had 15. We just couldn't hit the bucket. The Jazz came out prepared. It was the second half the back-to-back. Go ahead.
The boy, they say that they protesting that thing, right?
Yeah, but it's done. It's done. The trade has been rescinded. Dalton Knecht is back in the Lakers uniform. He played last night.
Oh, he played last night, eh?
Yeah. So that trade's not going to happen.
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
Well, all they got to do is see if they can pick up a big man.
They picked up this guy named Lynn. A big guy. He's really big, huge guy. He's huge. He didn't look good at all last night. But then again, he just come off the plane, put on a uniform, and got on the court. So let's see what happens after he spends a couple of days in practice with the team.
What? Where you used to play?
Now you done it. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So he's a 7-footer then?
I don't know if he's 7-foot. I'll tell you right now what he is. Len, L-E-N is his name. He's 7-footer, 250 pounds. He was a first-round pick by the Suns in 2013. So he's been in the league 10 years.
Okay. Well, I think they can bring him up to speed.
No, I say, he can clog up the middle a little bit. Right. He never reached his potential because he was like the 5th player picked. He's never reached his potential. He's never shown where he should have been as a first-round draft pick. But that was his first game. I'm going to give him some time to practice with the team.
Yeah, I think
build some chemistry and see what happens.
I think between JJ and LeBron, they can bring him up the par.
And they asked JJ what he can do. JJ said right now he's just trying to find an apartment because his house got burned down in the California fires. Yeah, so over the All-Star break, he's just going to go try find an apartment, get out the hotel he's been living in, and try settle himself and his family down.
Okay then. Well, anyhow, I can do it.
All right, brother. Thanks. Okay. That's our big Laker fan, Lottie call him LeBron section, but he's just a Laker fan. He's a loyal Laker fan like I am. And I pull it for the team. I don't pull for the players. Well, I did pull for Kobe and Magic. I did pull for them. But anyway, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we can talk a little sports. We can get into the picks. This is Pearly on a Guardian Radio Talking Heads Thursday on 96.9 FM. We'll be right back after this quick break.
When the wicked rise against the eye, order my steps, oh Jah. The way is dark and I'm alone, but still I fear no foe, no. 'Cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the other cheek. God, the wicked in a Babylon school, if you're weak.
NRG is nutrition. Check out our world-famous smoothies, signature quinoa dishes. We have the best salad and breakfast fit for a king and his queen. Open for breakfast, lunch, and now dinner. Each order is made with love and the highest quality ingredients and is nutritionally balanced. Visit any of our 3 locations. Old Fort Bay, open until 7:30 p.m. West Bay Street and Gladstone Road in the Monrose Complex, open until 4 p.m. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at NRG Bahamas. NRG, nutrition ready to go.
With fine style, with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just take a new waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, want to step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. With fine style, with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Craving some extra finger-licking good flavor? Well, love is in the air at KFC, and it's downright irresistible. KFC's Mega Love Bucket is filled with 8 pieces of the crispy Kentucky Fried Chicken that you love, and paired with 4 buttery biscuits, 8 saucy nuggets, large creamy mashed potatoes with gravy, and 4 sweet strawberry dessert biscuits. Pass by KFC today and crunch in love with a Mega Love Bucket. KFC is finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Yeah. I'll never go in wrong congregation. Boy. Rastaman about pagan, so I'll never go with a pagan. heathens to cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what the daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words of his substance. I'll never go.
And welcome back to Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Well, when we do these picks, we don't have, when we do the picks a little later, we don't have much to look at. We can do some college basketball, I guess, because there's no NBA tonight. All right. Oh, yeah, there's the NBA tonight. I thought last night was the last night. Tonight is the last night. Yeah, we got a couple of games. Yeah, so we can look at some NBA. Okay, my Lakers not playing tonight. And then there's not a lot of college. There's only 2 college basketball games tonight anyway. And a bunch of college women basketball tonight as well. Notre Dame playing tonight. Ooh, and USC. 2 great teams. No LSU tonight. Since Angel Reese left LSU, I didn't even check for LSU no more. I just checked for Angel. But I told Naughty, Mr. Producer, I don't know if McDonald's in Nassau brought it yet, but they have a Angel Reese special at McDonald's. It's a bacon cheeseburger with a special barbecue sauce that Angel likes, with the fries and the drink. So they have that. They call it the Angel Reese special. So it shows you the growth of women basketball around in the world. It shows you the growth of the WNBA and how people are now getting more into women's basketball. And they all don't have to be in one type of way. They could be family women who beautiful women who like nice things and who hustle on the court. She is a real beast. She's a double. They call her double. She's double points, double rebounds almost every game. She went like 20 games in a row doing that. She is a really solid basketball player. Not the best shooter in the world, but anybody around that bucket, she can get that rebound. She can put that ball back up. But college basketball is building, getting into March Madness, all that is coming up real soon. So that's going to be exciting. Saw some videos. I follow my Dodgers, so they got these TikTok videos coming up showing Ohtani pitching, showing Dodgers them walking into the practice facility. There's a whole lot of people that just show up to watch them practice. People literally go to Camelback Park in Arizona, and I will do that one day, soon. Maybe not this season, maybe next season. And just go and just hang out there and watch them practice, get to talk to the players, get autographs and stuff like that. So that for baseball fans, excuse me, for baseball fans, that's an exciting thing. For me, I'd love to do that. Just spend a day there, talk baseball with people. And I always say baseball remains relevant no matter what happened in 1932, what happened in 1965, what happened in 1975, what happened in 1995. It's the same thing that's happening in 2025. Unlike basketball, where back in the day, you didn't have many 7-footers. Now you got 7-footers who hitting 3-pointers. Football, you didn't have 360-pound linemen. You had maybe 290-pound. Maybe it was odd to see a 300-pound lineman. Now they come dime a dozen. You had kids running a 4.7 40. Now they're running a 4.2, 4.3 40, which is blazing speed, which is equivalent to like 10 flat and 100 meters. So you see they're getting bigger and faster in football, bigger and faster in basketball. Even though they're becoming bigger and faster in baseball, they still have to develop that hand-eye coordination. You still got to develop watching a bat speed. You still got to think about whether he's going to throw me a fastball, a curveball, a changeup, a slider. So it's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of calculating and all that stuff. And that's what I love about baseball. It remains relevant. I saw the last out in the video last night of Clayton Kershaw's no-hitter. That brought goosebumps back to me. To watch my favorite pitcher throw a no-hitter. To watch Kirk Gibson in 1988 hit a walk-off home run in the first game of the World Series against Oakland for the Dodgers. To watch Kirk Gibson. To watch Freddie Freeman hit that grand slam home run to beat the Yankees in the first game of the World Series. Those kind of things, they're memorable stuff that you will talk about forever. Nobody remember when last bucket shot the baby magic hit. Very few people can remember that because it wasn't that. That happens a lot. But to see a walk-off home run in the World Series, to know a pitcher threw a no-hitter, and people think, not anybody could do that. Not anybody could do that. That's a tremendous thing to be able to do. So when I get fanatical about baseball, it's because it's too boring. I can't. No, if you know the sport, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And my girlfriend, she loves baseball, so her and I talk a little baseball, and she watches it with me. And it's refreshing to know that you have a girl that would watch baseball with you, would talk baseball with you, you know. And not just that, basketball as well, football as well, but that's unique. But baseball is a fantastic sport, is a wonderful sport to watch, and I encourage you all to get into it. As spring training is starting to build, there are pitches and catches, all the players, and I think that this is the 13th? Yeah. So between today, tomorrow, and Saturday, most all teams will have all their players in. And I think the first round of playoffs, first round of spring training games, I think next week sometime, if I'm correct. All right? Sometime next week. So you get an opportunity to, next week. Yeah. So you get an opportunity to, I think by the 25th, 23rd, 24th, 25th, you'll have some games going on. You don't get to see a lot of the starters, but you get to see a lot of players that you may not get to see anymore this year. Or you get to see one or two players that you know will come up in July, maybe in June if somebody gets hurt. So that's how I got to know Andy Pajes, the Cuban player. He was supposed to come up not 2024, 2023 season, but he got hurt. I saw him in spring training in 2024, and I said, this kid's going to be something special. So he got an opportunity to play some games. He made the World Series team. So he got an opportunity to play. Hopefully he'll make the team this year. The kid Rushing, who is a catcher, who basically don't have a spot as a catcher in the Dodgers right now because Will Smith is there for another 8 years, and Barnes is there for another year or two. But they taught him to play first base, so he could relieve. They taught him to play the outfield. So because he's that good a bat, he's that good a player. So and you have those kind of players. Mookie Betts, who started as an infielder, because Boston had Dustin Pedroia, he couldn't make it, so they put him in the right field. He became an all-star right fielder, all-world right fielder. Now he's getting back in shortstop for the Dodgers next year. I don't like that move because I think it takes a lot of wear and tear for him to play short and still can maintain the bats he did. I saw him did well at the plate, but when he moved back to right field, I saw his bat just exploded, and he had a wonderful World Series. So that'll be interesting to watch. I like the move that the Boston Red Sox made in signing Bregman, a third baseman. Boston is going to be, I don't know if they could beat the Yankees this year in terms of the division, but they're going to make that division a lot more competitive. Between them and Baltimore, Toronto's going to be a good team, so that's going to be a competitive division. Of course, the Padres is going to be competitive with the Dodgers. Maybe Arizona will be somewhat of competitive. I think the Giants will be the donkey team in that division. Philadelphia has a really good team. I think that's the team that can challenge the Dodgers this year. They made some interesting moves, and they have a really good team with Trey Turner, who should have been our starting shortstop, who was probably the best get up and go slide in baseball. He has a beautiful slide. It's all in one motion, slides and gets right up to go. So I like what they do. Atlanta, of course, will always be a challenging team, even though they lost their best pitcher in Friedman. You'll be interested to see how Atlanta bounced back from losing their ace. The Yankees picked him up. The Yankees was all in to get Soto, but I think it was a blessing to them that they did not get Soto and he went to the Mets. Because what it gave the Yankees opportunities to take that $600 million they were to spend on Soto and spread it out. You got Bellinger, you got a closer, you got Goldsmith, a first baseman, you got Fried, a starting pitcher. So you solidify your team in places that you were weak. Friedman, Goldsmith will bring that fundamental baseball play in there. Bellinger, great glove. So you won't have to worry about Judge dropping the ball in center field, move to right where he's better fit. So Cody Bellinger will solidify the defense in the outfield. I like that. Baseball is gonna be good this year. You're gonna have some. The Cleveland Guardians gonna be a competitive team again this year. Maybe Kansas City will give you a run till about September, and the youngness of the team and all that will probably catch up with them, and because Kansas City's not gonna spend the kind of money. A lot of people said that the Dodgers are hurting baseball because they got every player they want. Every player that they wanted, they got. And I think that's good for baseball because you got some owners out there need to spend some money. The Cleveland Guardians owner is the fourth richest owner in baseball. Fourth richest owner in professional sports. So don't tell me he can't spend it. He just don't want to spend it. All right? Don't tell me he can't do some things to make the team a lot more competitive. All right? But if the Dodgers is doing it the right way, nothing illegal, nothing bad, they're just doing it the right way. And they're able to get Blake Snell. So you solidify. And remember now, the Dodgers had a lot of injuries in the starting lineup. The bullpen won the World Series for the Dodgers last year. You can't do that 2 years in a row. So Yamamoto, and the Dodgers kicking off the season in Japan. So Yamamoto will be the starting, will kick off the league as the opening day starter, which Kershaw has been doing for 100 years. Sasaki, if he makes the team, he will probably be the day 2 starter in Japan, which is great for baseball. The Dodgers used to average 100,000 Japanese fans a year. Last year, they had over 250,000 Japanese fans. That's people who flew from Japan to LA to watch the game. Bought a package, plane ticket, hotel, and now they probably estimate that to be over 300,000. They make $70 million a year in advertisement and promotional monies that they make out of Japan alone. That alone pays Shohei Ohtani's salary. So when they're making the profits, they're making the money, so you can't be mad about them doing that. You can't be upset with them. But just before we go, let's get to the picks. And let's see who's playing tomorrow. Oh, I already looking at baseball schedule. Forgive me for that. Okay, let's see who's playing tonight. Ah, boy. First game, the Golden State Warriors at the Houston Rockets. Houston is a 1.5-point favorite. That's at 8 o'clock tonight. Houston, Golden State just came off a tough game against Dallas last night. I don't know how they are on a back-to-back. I like the Rockets tonight. I'll take the Rockets and the points. 1.5, I'll take that. The Sacramento Kings at the New Orleans Pelicans. Everybody beating up on New Orleans. Everybody beating up on them. But Sac is an 8.5-point favorite. I don't know if they could do that. I'll take them on the money line, okay? Then we got the Miami Heat at the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas had a really emotional game last night. It could be a draining game for them, back-to-back. I think, did the Heat lost last night as well, or did the Heat win last night? The Heat lost to the Thunder last night, so that was that was a tough loss to them last night. You know what? I'm going to go with the Heat and the points tonight. I think the Heat can pull that one off tonight. Oklahoma City Thunder, 8.5-point favorites over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oklahoma is probably the best team in basketball right now. I'm going to take them in the points against Minnesota tonight. Minnesota just didn't get their act together yet. And then the last game is the LA Clippers at the Utah Jazz. The Clippers are 9.5-point. Everybody, the Jazz, that's almost 3 games back-to-back. They played the Lakers tough last night. That was an emotional win for them last night. I'll take the Clippers and the points tonight. And you know what else I watched last night? I watched, we call it the Four Nations Tournament. And everybody getting in these little tournaments, mid-season tournaments. You got Finland, Sweden, Canada, and the United States in the Four Nation Tournament. Russia is banned right now because of the war in Ukraine. And I forget the other team that couldn't make it. But I like the United States playing Finland tonight. That should be a really good game to watch. Hellebuck is the goalkeeper. He's a really good goalkeeper for the United States. I'm going to go with the United States tonight on that win over Finland. And I'm going to take a quick look at 2 women basketball game. You got Notre Dame, number 2 Notre Dame in Pittsburgh. I like Notre Dame. And then you got USC hosting UCLA tonight. That's the game that they've been waiting on. That's a game in Los Angeles. I like Juju Watkins and USC to take that game tonight in the best way. In this last text, it looks like Bronny played well last night. Scored 9 points. He did look already. He had a step back, 3-pointer. He looked good last night. Don't fool yourselves, though. Thank you so much for all the calls, the texts, the calls, the encouragement, the listeners. It's been a wonderful Thursday. So happy to have you here with me. I will see you next week, Thursday. I'll be on with Naughty tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Naughty somewhere, traveling, enjoying life today. But he'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe on the roads. This is Pearly, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM and Talking Heads. Good evening.
Stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. And order my steps, soldier. The way is dark and I'm alone, but still I fear no foe, no. Such a me got me out be my shield on the battlefield. Head on, the wicked I go feel it. We will take the stand against the ones who...
Here's a price list of some of the roofing material we carry at Pinder Enterprises. 5/8 pressure-treated roofing ply starting at $36.68. Grace Select Water Shield, $134.20 a roll. Felt, 15 pounds, $16.50. 30 pound, $19.80. Owens, Corning Duration Shingles, and Certain Teed Landmark Shingles, $56.56 a bundle. Gallon of roof cement, $33.47. All sizes treated dimensional lumber. And of course, we have all nails and all screws. We have 5/8 sheetrock, $28.76. Half-inch sheetrock, $22.18. All prices include VAT.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Get to stacking up the flavor at Burger King Nassau with its new Stacker King lineup. It doesn't get any bigger, better, or meatier than the Stacker Kings, which feature bacon, cheese, and a delicious stacker sauce, all piled on as many flame-grilled Whopper patties as you can handle. For the chicken lovers, try the all-new Crispy Chicken Stacker, or pile your mornings high with a croissant stacker loaded with meat, cheese, and stacker sauce on a warm, flaky croissant. Don't miss out on the bold flavors of the Stacker King collection, available at Burger King Nassau.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Yeah. I'll never go in wrong congregation. Why. Rastaman about pagan, so I'll never go.
Everybody.
Hey, everybody.
You know what happened today?
We woke up?
No. What happened today? It was the end of the ride. The end of the ride that everybody in Jet Country knew when Aaron Rodgers was coming is going to go either one of two ways. You know, there would be a ribbon cutting for a new Jets world. Instead, today, 2 years in, it was a cord cutting. It was a cutting of the ties, and we all knew it was going to be one of the two. Aaron Rodgers acquired by the Jets a couple of off seasons ago.
Where is Aaron right now?
And where he is not with the Jets. And the reason why are we bringing this up? Because the Jets decided to tweet it out and put out a statement today. After all the stories were coming out over the weekend, and it was very coordinated. I don't know who was the one who put it out there. It flashed on every Twitter account of any news and information person that you follow. Ian Rappaport reported it right around the same time that Schefter reported it, right around the same time we had Scoopage on Fox.
Scoopage.
You know what I mean? And so it came out, and then we got Diana Rossini adding some more flavor, just like New Orleans cuisine. More flavor that the Jets and Rodgers met in person. And basically, Aaron Glenn told Aaron Rodgers, if we're going to do this, you are going to be one of the 53. You are going to be the person who comes to every single practice, and you are not going on Pat McAfee anymore. I mean, I'm probably oversimplifying it.
More or less,
but,
that was.
You know, you want to talk about just the nards kicking? Sure, why not? What did the Jets get for Aaron Rodgers in the end? They got a lot of excitement right off the bat. They got an outstanding infomercial for 6 weeks over the summer of 2023 on HBO. An outstanding infomercial on being a Jet and Jets fans pouring out 50 years of nards kicking. Every single time Rodgers stepped on the training camp practice field. Oh, we're finally going to get it. It's finally going to happen. We got Aaron Rodgers. We got everything else. All we just need to add is Aaron Rodgers. Oh, it was all poured out there only to get the axe in the chest like The Shining at the start of the 2023 season on opening night. Carries out the flag on 9/11, then gets carried off the field. And that's what the Jets get for 2 years of Aaron Rodgers. 4 snaps, 5 wins, $49 million in dead cap money that they can save $9.5 on if they designate Aaron a post-June 1st cut, which they will. And they coughed up a first-round pick, 2 twos, and a 6th-round pick to go get him. And let's toss in the 3rd-round pick they gave to go get Davante Adams for him, and all they got out of that was 3 more wins. And they did get, a nice moment for Packers fans to see Rodgers to Adams once again in very significant ways in the final games of the regular season that destroyed their draft position by a few spots. And they did get to see Aaron Rodgers toss 3,897 yards and 28 touchdowns, which is the 3rd best regular season for a Jets quarterback ever.
Oh, that's nice.
They got to see all that. But that's it. And we knew it. I knew it. I knew it when I was saying how great this is going to be. And I knew it when Robert Saleh, you remember him? Was talking about how he's got the receipts that was as long as a CVS, receipt of all the people saying that things aren't going to be gassing or breaking and all popping and all that sort of stuff. And now the guys who went and made this happen are all fired. All fired. They're gone. And the thing that, the thing about it is you can't blame the Jets for doing it. And you can't blame Aaron Rodgers for wanting it either, because it was the right move at the time. It really was the right move at the time. They drafted a team with Joe Douglas that arrived sooner than anybody expected. And Zach Wilson, who they drafted in 2021, was clearly not going to work out in New York City. And they had to move on from him. And Woody Johnson wisely told the Jets, go for it. Move on from him. And Aaron Rodgers is raising his hand, saying, I'll be Brett Favre 2.0. I'll be the first ballot Hall of Fame Packer who wants to continue his career and go to the Jets and try and make the Jets champions. I'll do it. And the Jets willingly said, okay. And God bless Brian Gutekunst for having 0 leverage and still getting what he got out of the Jets. And kudos to the Jets for doing it. The only reason why I'm bringing up 1st round, 2 twos, 6th, and a 3rd for Davante Adams is because it didn't work out. I say it to you all the time. Draft compensation means nothing if you get the Lombardi in the case.
0.
Nobody talks about what was given up. Anybody talking right now in Philadelphia about Howie Roseman gave up for this player or this amount of money or that cap hit? Or absolutely not. They're getting ready for a parade. They're greasing up poles. Not doing that. Anybody in Kansas City talking about what they gave up for Mahomes to draft up to go get him in Philadelphia? Has anyone ever done that? Maybe when Alex Smith took him to the playoffs that first year.
Bills fans?
I don't, you know what I mean? Yeah, the Bills fans, because the Chiefs made a trade with them as a draft partner to go get Mahomes and Xavier Worthy. But I digress. Listen, that's the only reason why I bring it up. It didn't work out. That's the thing that's the gutter ultimately for the Jets as they cut ties with Rodgers on this day. The Thursday after the Super Bowl where one of the end zones was painted green and everybody thought that's what's going to happen while Rodgers is a Jet. We're going to see a green painted end zone. Turned out to be the Eagles. And you can't blame the Jets for cutting a cord now either. That's the crazy thing. You can't blame them. Hey, you hire Aaron Glenn after you blow out the coach and the GM mid-season and only get 3 wins for it, basically. And you're going to just cut it all out and burn it all down on the quarterback front. Because it doesn't need to be burned down in a lot of places on this roster. One would think, although it was a team effort when winning only 5 games this year. It's not Rodgers entirely. He did have 11 interceptions. And, you know, a handful of appearances media-wise that did cause maybe a conversation or two to be had locally in the locker room. Who knows? Everybody that I speak to says Rodgers is widely beloved in that locker room and will be tough to replace in that locker room. But if you're Aaron Glenn, you have to make a maneuver to say, I'm the only Aaron here that has a say in everything. For 2 years, the Jets bent over backwards. They didn't just acquire Rodgers, they turned it into Rodgers' world. That's all in there. That's the definition of all in. And it led to nothing. And now you're trying to install your culture. And if you don't want to sit down on a Tuesday and say, what did my quarterback have to say about the locker room, the loss? What did my quarterback have to say about immunization? You know, what did my quarterback have to say about geopolitics? What did my quarterback have to say about X, Y, and Z? If you're a head coach and you don't want any of that, this is what happens. And it makes sense. But the only thing is here is the Jets are back to square one on a quarterback again. You know, and you look back on the last century. We're now a quarter of the way into this century. And, you know, the Jets were a team that drafted Kellen Clemens on the back of the Chad Pennington era, and then finally draft Mark Sanchez and get a couple of major big-time seasons out of him before you realize not working out here. He's eating hot dogs. They're drafting Geno Smith. He gets a couple of seasons there, and then you're saying maybe it's not him. Let's draft Bryce Petty. And then you're drafting Bryce Petty, and Geno Smith gets clocked in the jaw by Ike Enemkpali, and you go to Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has a great season, but you're realizing it might not be all that great with Fitz at the end, so let's go get Christian friggin' Hackenberg.
I forgot about
Second round pick.
We are.
Oh, God.
Wow. Let's go get him. He doesn't play a damn snap. Now you're in 2018. Let's get Sam Darnold. It's not the same Darnold Jets until it is, and then let's get rid of him, and let's get Zach Wilson. That doesn't work out. Let's get Aaron Rodgers, and yada friggin' yada. Here the Jets are in 2025 with Tyrod Taylor and a couple of kids on the roster that have yet to play a snap. And you're going into a free agency period where the best quarterback may be, wait for it, Sam Darnold, and a draft with 2 kids at the top of the draft that you might not be able to get by sitting there at 7th overall because Aaron Rodgers won too many games with Devontae Adams playing fantasy camp going out the door. Did I cover everything?
Yeah. Jeez.
So it's just the typical thing of just, you know what, right move to try it. Right move to stop trying it. But where does that get you? Hopefully, with a new coach, with a new culture, who is going to install the right thing, with a bunch of kids on this team, find the right